Hey, what's up, fellas? It's still Friday. My neighbor's home's still for sale. There's the rest of that stuff. The Franklin Mountains up there. Anyways, I have to tell you something. It just has. I've probably had two of the best teaching points, and I have to tell you, this is one of the only reasons. Why it's not one of the only reasons. It is one of the best residuals of taking the time to help younger men figure out what it's like. All right, so um, my last appointment for the day, and it's Friday, so it's probably at the most noon, maybe a little bit later than that. I just finished my last appointment, and today I was teaching a young man how to do what's called a sprawl. And I don't know if many of you know what that is, but it keep you in a street fight. And I'm just going to be honest with you. If you end up on the ground, you are fucked. If someone can, like a wrestler, can sneak in and single leg or double leg and pick you up and slam you on the ground, nah, man, you're not going to win that fight. So I teach how to sprawl. So we spent a lot of time today learning how to do a sprawl. And the entire time I'm teaching Jason is like, he seems distracted, and he's like, Coach, I would like to, and I'm like, what are we talking about? Are we gonna practice or are we gonna solve world issues? No, Coach, it's okay. I'm gonna do, yeah, anyways, and then I don't know if you've. It's one of the best things about being around younger men. If they have something that's inside that they believe to be true, and it just bubbles out. So we're about 20, yeah, about 20 minutes before the finish of the thing, and he finally stands up and he goes, "Look, I'm tired of fucking things up." I cannot, and I'm like, "Are you talking about our training stuff?" He goes, "No, Coach. I'm tired of just fucking things up. I just whenever I make a decision, I seem to make the wrong decision. And sometimes when I get emotional, I make stupid fucking decisions." And I just started laughing. I can't tell you right now. I wish you could have seen his face. And he was so exasperated about being an average man. Um, Now, he comes from a family that is dominated by three very powerful women. One of them is a congresswoman in here in El Paso, and I cannot tell you how much she avoids ever meeting me face to face because I'll be like, "Hey, wait a minute, can we talk about this?" Anyways, let's just get back to the young man. Um, because I'm 56, I've gone through a lot of different phases of my life, and until you're the age 25, man, your brain, I'm talking about your physical being, your brain is not fully developed. And you're going to make fucking bad decisions. And now let me preface this. If you're making a bad decision about drinking and driving, if you make a bad decision about using drugs, you make a bad decision about putting your hands on somebody or being inappropriate with a female, that makes you a fucking scumbag, and you need to be fucking dealt with, so that you either correct that or we remove you from society. But if you're just out there as an average young man fucking things up, I cannot tell you how refreshing that is as a coach. So, and we're sprawling, and I will never use my physical body to try to dominate the young man, because a young man has to know that if he uses your technique, he can win. And if you just smash them all the time, let me just fucking get on with this. What's fucking going on? It's just weird. It's just he just seems like a little bit. He's just upset, and he finally goes, Coach, I'm tired of fucking things up. And I'm like, and for me now it all makes sense. But at the time it happened, I'm trying to teach you how to sprawl, and then maybe sick a single leg or catch a chicken wing and wrap it. Anyway. And he's like, I'm tired of fucking things up. And he puts his hands up and he steps back. Oh, I can't even die. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he goes, look, things don't make sense to me. My mother and my father tell me, and my aunt and my uncles and all these, he has very, very good family. And they tell me I need to do these things and I need to be this kind of thing, but it doesn't fucking make sense to me. Why should I look out for somebody I don't fucking know? And I'm like, I'm just fucking. Anyway. So we talk and we do all that kind of stuff, and it's just, I can't tell you. It restores my hope that there are good families out there. And here's the gist of the reason for this video. To you young men, whether you believe it or not, whether you like it or not, you are supposed to fuck things up. You are supposed to make massive mistakes in some areas of your life. Now I'm looking away because if you make some type of mistakes in your life in regards to hurting another human being, violating, people keep walking by, violating another human being's rights, sexually, physically, or that makes you as a man a fucking scumbag. And if we run across you, especially inside, you're gonna fucking pay. And if you don't pay with your life, you're gonna wish you took your life. So let's just put it this way. There are certain things in our society and culture that are expected out of you as a man. And you either do those things or you don't. And if you do them, you should reap the benefits of doing those things. But if you do not decide to do those things, then you will suffer the consequences. I just can't tell you. And you know what? I'm not there's a difference between a mom hugging her son and a guy hugging his son, and especially a coach hugging his son. We give a bow hug. You clasp thumbs, you pull the guy in, and you reach up, and that's it. And I always keep my lower body away from the other person. Other than that, I don't want anything to be misconstrued. Okay, look, motherfucker, you're gonna be all right. You're not doing anything wrong. And I can't tell you how his face changed. I was like, yeah, you're supposed to fuck things up. How are you going to learn? And I was telling him, if you learn from your mistakes, that's the price of being a man. If you don't learn from making those mistakes, then you're kind of fucked up. But anyways, it was nice. The only disappointing thing for me was when I walked outside. Man, there were 3 ladies in the car. Mom, a sister, and a grandma. All that to say, to you men, yes, you're supposed to fuck things up, but there are boundaries to that. And if you do not do the things that are required to be a good man, then you are an enemy of our tribe, you are an enemy of our social network, and you are an enemy of our culture, meaning we cannot trust you, and therefore you must be expelled. So, if you're willing, nobody, none of, I can't even tell you how fucking cool it was. He was talking about um, being awkward, not being able to talk to. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. All this to say that, yes, as a man, you're supposed to fuck things up. Of course, you're going to fuck things up. Are they important things, or are they things that you think and believe are important? No, we don't give a fuck if you lose a battle in Fortnite or. Anyways, you don't have enough subscribers. That doesn't fucking mean anything about who you are. So, this is probably one of the best Fridays I've had in a long time. I've had two out of three of my. Anyways, I'll let that go. No, I thought they were going to come to the door. So, anyways, yes, men, you're supposed to fuck things up. No, if it's not touching somebody, being appropriate in somebody, being aggressive to the point where you know you're right. Anyways, you're going to be all right. Yes, fuck things up. Learn, grow, improve your mind. Until you're 25 and a half, you haven't even fully developed your mind. And that's not anything you can control. That's biology. Oh, that may really mess with the LGBTQAPSSDVDRL to be. Fuck those guys. 25 and a half. And then you're just on your way. So give yourself a fucking break. All I'm trying to say is give yourself a fucking break. You don't owe anybody anything. And yes, you can make mistakes. Yes, you can fuck things up in certain circumstances. But if you cross certain lines, like you touch somebody you're not supposed to touch, you're sexually aggressive with somebody, well, then you gotta pay. So even if your mind's not developed, you have to pay. So, anyways, I cannot tell you. I gave that young man a bro hug. Walked him out to the car where those three women were, and anyways, yes, you can fuck things up and still be a good man. That's part of getting older, growing, and becoming a man. There's nothing wrong with that. I personally, and I'll do a video on this, one more video on this, I believe that men, young men, between the ages of 11 and 15 have to have what's called a rite of passage. So, that is what it is. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can. If you can't, take care of yourself like a fart in a G-string. From West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.